Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this video. I'm Smitty from SmittyStudio, and in this video I'm going to give a short introduction to myself as an artist, and also talk a little bit about some of my work that I've done so far in the CNFT space, and sort of tease a little bit into the future. But let's first talk about who I am and my sort of theory of it all. I think the important thing to get across is that I'm always sort of interested in a sort of narrative in my work. Usually this means that I'm trying to tell a story of some sort, but also I'm very interested in telling the story of how certain art is created. There's always a behind the scenes of what's going on in the artist's head, and I think that that is reflected in some of my work. Another thing which I think is important to get across is that I am a student enrolled in an architecture program, and what that means for me is that I'm very interested in the sort of process of creating something, the various iterations that you go through to get to a sort of finalized design. But what it means for me is that there's always a reason for doing something, and I'm very interested in that aspect with my art. But also, it's important to note that I think that there are so many tools that are consistently given to eager students such as myself. You have to search for them, but when you can find these different tools and software and different programs or different utilities, you can use them in very creative ways as tools to create some very unique pieces of art or other things that can tell meaningful narratives. Narratives about us and about our society and where we are in this sort of technological world. But these are the things that I'm really interested in. I think one thing that is always going to be noticeable about my work is that it's always going to be sort of different from itself. So what I mean by that is that there might be one sort of collection of art that I do in a certain way, but the next collection or the next piece, it might be totally different in its style and in its approach. And I think the reason why I do this is because I'm doing this art, really for myself, to work on my own abilities, to push my imagination, to see what I can create with different tools and with different ideas. And so this means that there's always going to be a different format. There's always going to be a different narrative, and the way that I approach those things is going to give a different outcome and procedure. So this is why I think my work is unique and why I'm so excited to continue to share it with you. So for the next sort of minute here, I'm gonna just share some pieces on the screen, and you can enjoy them, take them in, think about them. And anyways, thank you all so much for tuning into this video, and enjoy the event.